Since the beginning of the internet, some people have claimed to know about secret underground cities created right under our feet, with many people claiming that these underground cities are being used by the elite for all sorts of nefarious reasons. More often than not, these people have no facts to prove their claims, and are usually just trying to tell a good story. But what if there was actually some truth to what they were claiming? What if there were massive underground cities created for the ultra-rich and powerful? Well, according to what this former government official revealed, this is exactly what's taking place. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about a former government official exposing the underground cities of the elite. Let's get right into it. While most of the population lives above ground, it has long been rumored that some of the most powerful elite might be building elaborate cities underground. These cities not only play as hideouts for any apocalyptic scenario, but are also allegedly being used for all sorts of nefarious criminal activities. Some people claim that these elite underground cities are used for trafficking drugs, weapons, and even people, with others claiming that they're used as meeting locations for the elite's sinister rituals. While these theories have been circulating the internet for years, they always seem to have a lack of evidence to validate them. While it's not unbelievable to those with an understanding of how this world really works, to others who are uninformed, this might seem like a silly conspiracy theory. But according to this former US government official, she claims is no theory but a fact. Catherine Austin Fitts was a former government official who worked under the Bush administration. She was the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development from 1989 until 1990. Sometime back, she did an interview with Tucker Carlson where she revealed the truth about the secret underground cities in America, confirming that they are not only real, but that the American government spent over $21 trillion on building them. These bunkers were constructed from 1998 until 2015 and were done with unauthorized spending.
We have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems. Some of these are documented as part of the national security infrastructure. I think there are many more. So,
in the United States?
In the United States, and all over the world. From 2021 to 2023, I took one of the smartest subscribers in the Citiy Report network, and he and I spent 2 years collecting all the data and all the allegations on underground bases. We systematically went through and tried to estimate our guess, this totally a guess, of how many underground bases, both underground in the United States, but also underground on the ocean around the United States. Our estimate was 170, with a transportation network connecting them.
What would be the purpose?
The purpose, if you thought you were going to get a near extinction event, to me, there are two purposes. You have so many activities going on, you need to keep secret. You're basically building the capacity to, for example, having a secret space program. You need to platform it from, things that can't be seen. I think if you're worried about a near extinction event, yeah, it's preparation for catastrophe.
So, but you think that there are facilities like that in other places outside DC?
Oh, yeah. No, if it comes to that, I'll take my chances upstairs with the hoi polloi.
Yeah, me too.
And I said, but it's at the deepest root, it's a spiritual and cultural question.
I totally agree. Who's cowering underground, like in the dark places? No.
But to me, there's nothing wrong with going into a bunker if they're bombing, okay?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. But I really didn't want to be with all of them in a concentrated space. No, I'd rather...
And you know them. You're not guessing at this. Like, you know a lot of these people.
I know a lot of these people. And the one thing I will have to say, if there's anything I learned from my history, the problem is not they are bad and we are good. That's not how this works. Evil and the good is threaded at every level of society, every community, every enterprise. It doesn't work like that.
But you believe that there's a whole constellation of underground bases built by the U.S. government in the United States. Like, that fact alone, the physical infrastructure of it, because normally talk about what are they doing.
Enormously expensive.
What's unbelievable. And
as you heard for yourself, Catherine confirms the existence of these underground cities. She basically confirmed all the so-called conspiracy theories that have been stated for years, even suggesting that these underground bunkers could be being used for secret government programs like a space program. Now we know that the elite are not only building doomsday emergency bunkers, but full-on underground cities, where they can live their lives in luxury in case of any world-ending scenario. What's quite interesting is that in the Bible, it speaks about this very thing. The elites hiding out underground in hopes of escaping God's judgment. In Isaiah 10, it states, they would hide in caves in the rocky hills or dig holes in the ground to try to escape from the Lord's anger and to hide from his power and glory. A day is coming when human pride will be ended and human arrogance is destroyed. Then the Lord alone will be exalted. On that day, the Lord Almighty will humble everyone who is powerful, everyone who is proud and conceited. Coincidentally, according to Catherine, that is exactly what the elite are doing, building a massive city to try to escape God's judgment. The Bible verse even specifically mentions powerful, prideful people like the elite of our world, and how he would humble them even after they try to escape. Now, if you ask me, this all seems to be a prophecy unfolding. What's interesting is that I recently made a Patreon exclusive about a man who discovered a secret underground bunker that was being used for ritual sacrifices. Now we're hearing a former government official admit that America built secret underground cities for the elite. It also reminds me of the massive underground facility they have at the Denver airport. I covered the Denver airport where I spoke about their giant underground facility. I also spoke about the underground doomsday bunkers the elite were building a few years back. Some of you should remember that Mark Zuckerberg, one of the richest men on the planet, started building a massive 5,000 square foot bunker underneath his $200 million Hawaii home back in 2023. It wasn't just Mark Zuckerberg either, as many other elite men started doing the same thing around that time, with many media sites reporting on it. Many people saw this at the time and started wondering if the elite knew something that we didn't.
What the future has in store. But one startup company says avoiding threats from any potential natural disasters, viruses, and wars doesn't have to come at the expense of your comfort. This is an Opidum, a type of luxury doomsday bunker that could soon be underneath the mansions of some of the world's richest people.
Opidum creates underground living spaces that are highly secure and completely discreet, yet beautifully appointed and entirely bespoke.
Opidum is the Latin term for fortified settlement, and that's exactly what this is and much more. Company officials say each bunker is air and gas height, allowing those inside to be completely cut off from the atmosphere outside for up to a month. The shelters are also armed with the technology to make their own water, air, and energy while coming with the chicest amenities.
Whatever is happening in the world outside, you can rest easy. Live fully in times of tranquility and in times of unrest.
But these bunkers aren't just meant to keep people.
Even the rapper Meek Mills seemed to refer to the elite knowing something we don't, and it's why they were building these bunkers. As he tweeted out, "If you can't smell something coming, you're a D-head." This simple response sparked conversation all over the internet as people started wondering if the elite were getting ready for something we didn't know about. Now it turns out it wasn't a conspiracy or anxiety. The world elite are building these massive underground cities for something. These underground cities are being built hidden in plain sight, like the New York City underground subway stations that go on for miles, or the underground facility in the Denver airport, or even like the underground cities in Houston. In Houston, they built this underground city that people are already using. Beneath the streets of downtown Houston lies a hidden city, a vast air-conditioned tunnel system stretching over 6 miles and connecting 95 city blocks. Known only to locals and weekday office workers, these underground passages were allegedly created to escape from Texas heat, linking skyscrapers through a network of food courts, coffee shops, banks, and retail stores. With no direct street entrances, access is only granted through certain buildings like the JP Morgan Chase Tower or Wells Fargo Plaza. In this video, this news anchor talks all about it.
I'm Houston, so I know a thing or two about this city, but I had no idea there was a hidden gem here in downtown. And to find it, you have to venture underground. Welcome to the downtown Houston tunnel system. Guys, this place is really cool. It's located 20 feet below downtown's busiest streets and skyscrapers. And it's more than 6 miles long. Wait, where am I? A girl can really get lost in this place.
Don't worry, everyone gets lost at least once. But here's a downtown above and below map. You can get them at any of the buildings.
Thanks. First built back in the 1930s, the tunnel's been growing ever since. It now connects 95 city blocks, so it comes in super handy going from building to building. Some call the tunnel an underground retail city, and it's easy to see why. Check this out. It's got everything from restaurants to shopping. The only catch, it's just open during working hours. So if you're up for it, I can tell you there's definitely an experience waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. That's your H-Town 60.
They are building these underground cities right in front of us. What's strange is that in this video, 1 out of the only 13 comments the video has was a person claiming that she was taken to these underground tunnels by a mason when she was a teenager. When I saw this comment, I found it strange, and to me, it could suggest that these underground tunnels and cities could be being used for something far more sinister. It was even rumored that Jeffrey Epstein himself had underground tunnels underneath his island, where it was rumored all types of experiments could have been taking place in those underground facilities. I recently covered an interview that one of the Epstein survivors gave. She claimed to have seen the underground tunnels on Epstein's island when she was taken there.
The only people I met there were like scientists and Michael Bay, the movie producer who made the movie The Island about cloning. I met Michael Bay there in 2004 in New Mexico. And you know, he denied being there because I did it. None of the media would ever put my story out there, which is what's obviously happened with a lot of other victims. But an amazing girl from the Daily Beast called Kate Bricklett wrote my story down, and she actually contacted Michael Bay's people, and they said no, he's never met Epstein, he's never been there, but he was there, he's lying. And I know, and I can even tell you that when I was taken to LA after all this, and he tried to take me back to his house also. So if he wants to lie further, then I'll expose him further. You know what I mean? And I'm not scared of them anyway. Well, I am a little, as we all are, but I'm like, if we're all scared of them, then when's the truth ever going to come out? Because we've got to realize there's more of us than there are of them. So anyway, going back to The Island, the movie about the cloning, it's got Scarlett Johansson in it. When I watched that movie again, I realized it looks like all the clones are escaping from a place that looks like New Mexico. So I suddenly realized maybe Michael Bay was at Epstein's property doing research. Because when I met Michael Bay and scientists there, I would see them on the tops of the properties. I'd see them there, but I'd never really see them again. I'd meet them like once or twice. And then I'd never see the rooms they were staying in or anything. You know, and it made me realize that there's very likely something underneath there.
It's clear what these underground bunkers are being used for, and it's not only for a doomsday shelter. What this former government official stated confirms this is not a conspiracy theory but the truth. The government spent trillions of dollars building these top secret underground cities for the elite. Now ask yourself why. Why would they need these massive cities underground? What exactly are they planning for? Well, once you see the answers to that question, then you'll know exactly why all of this is being done. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.